Hey guys, it's Melanie and welcome to my Friday video for today. So we are obviously not doing Friday favorites and flops today. In lieu of my traditional Friday video, I am doing this collab with two other beautiful ladies by the name of StephanieMarie, who you may already know, and then RisaDoesMakeup. So I was lucky enough to be able to connect with both of these ladies, and we decided to do a video where we are all going to be sharing our favorite go-to products that are absolute perfection for women who are in their 30s or above. So if you are starting the aging process and you are looking for some awesome suggestions in terms of makeup, skincare, body care, hair care, this is the video to watch. So we have 30 items that we divided up between the three of us. So each of us is going to be giving you 10 suggestions. Make sure that you go check out my description box and check out both Stephanie and Risa's videos as well. Subscribe to their channels if you are not already. A little bit about both ladies. StephanieMarie is incredible. She's a working mom. She works really hard. She travels a lot for her job, but she is super involved with her kids. I really admire her as a mother and just as a person. She's incredibly kind. We've been texting back and forth over the last couple months and on Snapchat, and she's one of those people that when you meet them, you just know that you want to be friends with her. She's very approachable and kind and sweet and just a wonderful person. First off, Risa is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. She is one of those women that I'm sure when she walks in the room, everyone's like, she looks like a Barbie. But she is also incredibly smart. She has worked as a makeup artist for years. She does beautiful makeup. Every video that she does, like, she is just perfectly coiffed. Absolutely stunning. She has a lot of knowledge about makeup and just has some really great suggestions for women who have hooded eyes. So as we age, eye hooding is a concern for a lot of us, and she does a lot of tutorials to help you figure out what the best makeup tips and tricks are if you have those specific issues. She's just very smart, very well spoken, and has a lot of amazing information on her channel. So you have to go subscribe to her if you are not already. Again, both ladies' videos will be linked down below, so make sure that you go check them out. Okay, so like I said, we each divided up the 30 products in total so that we each took 10, and I have my list here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and I'm gonna get started with makeup. And one of the things that I was responsible for telling you guys about were powders that worked for skin that are aging. So for me personally, I am not someone who can use a liquid foundation. Despite being 38 years old, I am still incredibly oily. It's like I'm a teenager still. It's an oil slick. I cannot do liquid foundations. They slide off my face. I have tried lots of different mattifying formulations, lots of long wear types of makeup, and it doesn't work. So I am actually a powder foundation girl, but I do think you have to be careful with powder foundation because you don't want something that is going to look heavy or cakey, which can emphasize pores, fine lines, and just texture and just any issues that you might have on your face. One of the powder foundations, and I had to narrow all this stuff down because I had several options to share with you guys for a lot of these things, but in the interest of keeping this somewhat short, my suggestion for you, if you've never tried the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten, and you do want to try a powder foundation with your aging skin, the Balance and Brighten, which by the way, I get the color Fair. This comes in several different shades. This particular powder foundation works beautifully, I feel like, on any skin type. It gives you a satin finish to your skin. It's never overly matte or overly powdered or dry looking in any kind of way. It just melts into your skin, and it honestly feels like almost like a creamy foundation. This particular product does start its life off as a cream, and then it is baked. So I think that's probably why it has that almost creamy texture to it after you buff it into your skin. I do like to use a really nice, where is it? a really nice dense foundation brush. This is the Bye Bye Pores Powder number 701 brush from the Heavenly Skin brush collection. This is perfect at buffing this product in and providing a beautiful finish. And it just makes it look like the powder is a part of your skin, which I think is really important. By the way, we are all going to be linking all these products for you, so if you want to read up a little bit more about them, I'm sure we will all have links to all these products, so check the description box. Another product that I wanted to recommend for those of you that are looking for a finishing powder, say you use liquid foundation and you just need a finishing powder, the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. This powder is flawless. It fills in my pores. It is unlike any silica powder that I have ever used. Truthfully, there is a difference between this and the Makeup Forever HD and the silica powders that you can get from Tarte and all of like the other ones that are out there. This is truly different, and they do encapsulate hyaluronic acid spheres into this powder, so it's actually a hydrating finishing powder. And the way that I like to apply it is actually with a beauty type sponge. This is not a beauty blender, this one's from Pure, but I just will dip a little bit into the little container here, and I will press that into my skin. And not only does it help to absorb excess oil, but it helps to refine the overall look of my pores. It doesn't accentuate texture. It doesn't make me break out. It doesn't clog my pores. It's just a beautiful finishing powder. It is a little bit more expensive. I'm not gonna lie, this is a spendy one, but you use so little and it just works so incredibly well that I can't say enough good things about it. So this is the finishing powder that I would recommend for those of you that have aging skin. All right, so what is next? Eyeliner. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit random, but I actually don't use pencil liners anymore. I used to in the past. The Kat Von D pencils were my favorite, but what I've been doing lately is just taking a dark eyeshadow. So for today, actually I'm wearing the Earl Grey from the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. And what I will do is I will actually just take a brush. I don't wet it because this is a really intense dark bluey gray blackish type of shade. I use my Zoeva 322 brow line brush. I don't use this for my brows, and I will dip that in there and I will use that to line my lash line. The reason is that as you age, you get some crepiness on your lids. That can happen to a lot of women, but for me, when I used a pencil, it would skip sometimes, and I would have to spend a lot of time sort of smudging it out and making it look like it wasn't kind of jagged looking. When you use a powder, it looks a lot softer, and to me, it just looks prettier. So I would recommend just taking a dark brown, black, gray, blue, whatever color you want eyeshadow, and using that to line your lash line. I really do think that it wears all day, especially for me with my oily lids. I do use an eye primer. I like the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. It just wears all day. I can even wear this to the gym and it would not budge. It just is the longest wearing. It looks the softest, the most diffused, and the prettiest, and it does provide me with a good amount of definition to my eyes, which is really important to me. So that is my suggestion for you. Just find a dark eyeshadow that you have, get a good angled brush, and use that to line your lash line. You can do that for the bottom lash line as well if you prefer to. So next I have brow products. Okay, so I have two things that I'm gonna recommend to you. The first is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I really love this, and it's super affordable. I think it's like $10 at Ulta. It does have a really nice spoolie on it. I prefer this over the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I use the color Taupe because I obviously have gray hair. If you are new to my channel, my hair is naturally gray. I grew this out because I went gray at 25. I got tired of coloring my hair blonde. So the NYX Micro Brow Pencil is fantastic because it just looks really natural. Now the real key for me is this Tarte Amazonian Clay Volumizing Brow Powder. I don't ever hear any YouTubers talking about this, and it drives me nuts because I think this is the best brow powder because it really does provide some volume for your brow hairs. If you're like me, as you get older, if you overplucked your brows in the 90s, like most of us did, and they never grew back, and you're just left with like a thin line, this powder actually will cling to the brow hairs that you have left, and it boofs them up. I don't know if boof is a word, but it basically, it makes them look a lot thicker. This also sticks to my skin better than any other brow powder that I've tried. I have the color gray because, once again, I have granny hair. If you've never tried this and you have aging brows, you must try this. It is the best, better than Urban Decay, better than Anastasia, better than if you're using MAC Omega or whatever other eyeshadow you may have used. It works so much better. I'm telling you, try it. You don't have to get gray. If you are blonde, they do have a taupe. They do have a really nice chocolate brown. There's other color options, but these are the absolute best. I'm also going to be telling you guys about my favorite lipsticks and lip liners. Okay, my favorite lip liners, and I don't use lip liners very often, are honestly the Marvelous Moxie liners from Bare Minerals. I really like Bare Minerals. I've used a lot of their products for years, starting with their powder foundation back in the day. These are great. I find that they're creamy enough to where they don't like skip when you're trying to apply them, but they wear for a really long time. They stay put. They help with any traveling outside of like my normal lip line. They're a beautiful, beautiful liner. The two colors that I really like are Exhilarated and Thrilled. They are both basically versions of nude. You wouldn't need both. One or the other would do. But yeah, these are fantastic. I highly recommend them. Another suggestion that I want to give you guys is a lipstick that I think is good for aging lips. I really love the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipsticks. I have two here. I have the color Sake, which is what I am wearing today. It's a really beautiful mauve. I am the queen of mauve. I love all things mauve. These are really opaque, really creamy, really pigmented, and they last a good amount of time, and I find that they don't bleed in any kind of way, especially if you pair them with a liner. I think they do fine on their own, but the second color I have here is Meringue. So Sake and Meringue, both of these colors are gorgeous, but I love them. Another thing I wanted to suggest, it wasn't on my list, but I'm gonna toss it out there anyway. The glosses that I really like are the Buxom full-on lip polishes or lip cream. This is the full-on lip cream in Blushing Margarita. This one is limited edition at Ulta. I just ordered a backup of this because I love it. But these are great because they are slightly plumping, nothing crazy at all. However, they just make your lips look full and lush. I wear these quite frequently on their own. I'm wearing this over top of Sake right now. I love this color combination, by the way, but they just wear incredibly beautifully, and I find that tiny bit of plumping that I get is just enough to smooth my lips out, and they're fantastic. I obviously love them very, very much. All right, let's move into skincare. I love skincare, kind of a sucker for it. So I'm gonna be suggesting a serum for you guys, and the one I'm gonna suggest is a spendy one. However, I have had great results from this. It's the TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum. You can only use this at night because it does have a 12% AHA BHA blend. I believe it's 2% BHA that's in here. BHA is salicylic acid. AHA is alpha hydroxy acid. This works to refine and retexturize your skin. It is going to get rid of surface discoloration, flakies that you might have hanging on there. It's going to provide a smoother, clearer complexion. The BHA will go into your pores and help to clean out any blackheads or blemishes that you might have. I am probably very close to finishing up my first bottle of this, and I started this in, I believe it was the beginning of December, and I use this almost every night, if not every other night. So it has lasted me for a really long time. It's made a huge difference. This will be an absolute repurchase for me in the future. It's an incredible product. By the way, I broke my lid off of here, so don't try to take this off. What I like is that it's completely airtight, so that's fantastic. But anyway, this is my suggestion for you. It's fantastic. My SPF, okay. If you watch my channel, you know this is coming. It's the Paula's Choice Resist Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense Broad Spectrum SPF 30. There's not a day that goes by that I do not put this on my face. It is my SPF, it's my primer, it's my moisturizer. This is what I use every single morning before I put on my powder foundation. It works with my oily skin. If you are in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, or beyond, and you still deal with oily skin and you have trouble finding an SPF, this is it for you guys. This is an incredible product. I love it. It is tinted, so you do get just the slightest tint from it, but this is an amazing SPF. I highly recommend it. I love Paula's Choice products, and this one is a go-to for me. Facial oil. I'm sure you know what's coming next too. I'm gonna recommend the Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil by Drunk Elephant. There are cheaper marula oils out there, and if you don't want to splurge on this one, another option would be the ordinary marula oil as well as the Acure Wildcrafted Marula Oil. You don't necessarily have to spend the money on this, although I happen to think that this is better than really a lot of other marula oils that I've tried. It's beautiful. It also works really great in conjunction with the Framboos Glycolic Night Serum. I use these two together because they work better that way. Marula oil is really high in antioxidant omegas 6 and 9. This nourishes your skin, it hydrates your skin, it plumps your skin. Doesn't make me break out. It helps to regulate my oil production. This is just a fabulous product. Gosh, I have so much stuff to share. Okay, a mask. I wanted to share something that was really affordable. These, I believe, are in the $20 to $30 price range. This is the Lather 10-minute brightening mask with glycolic acid. I love the lather masks. This one, you can see that I've used quite a bit of this. This is a mask that will tingle a little bit, and if you have sensitive skin, it might actually sting a little bit, but it works to, once again, remove any texture from your face. It helps with brightening your appearance. It's beautiful. It works extremely well. I will use this 2 times a week, and that is more than enough to give me a gorgeous glow to my skin. I don't ever have issues with texture really anymore. It helps to, the glycolic acid essentially helps to undo the glue that binds those flakies to your skin, and it just washes them away. Fabulous. Love it. Must have for me. Okay, shampoo and conditioner. I have a few options here only because I obviously have a very specific hair type. If you are gray like me, the Pravana, the Perfect Blonde Purple Toning Shampoo and Conditioner are a must. This is an incredibly pigmented shampoo and conditioner that you can find at Ulta that works to tone your gray hair. It keeps it from looking yellow or tired or just old. This is a must. I love the Pravana. I could suggest another one as well that I love, but that one is available on Amazon. Price point is the same. This is just more readily available, so we're going with this. Also, I wanted to recommend the Macadamia Professionals line for those of you that have aging hair. Here I have the Nourishing Moisture Shampoo. This goes on sale when Ulta has their leader sale, so you know, you can definitely stock up on the bigger sizes then, which is what I choose to do. This is a little bit more expensive, but there are smaller kits available. I will recommend in the links down below a smaller kit for you guys. This is the Nourishing Moisture Shampoo. They also have the weightless, which I've used in the past. Either one is great. This one's a little bit more hydrating. As you age, your hair gets drier. It can feel straw-like sometimes. That is a beautiful shampoo. The conditioner is absolutely amazing. I actually have the conditioner in my empties down here, which you'll be seeing next week. So that's fantastic. Another thing I wanted to mention, I can tell I'm starting to talk fast because some of you might be tuning out at this point, but the Minoy Coconut Oil Nourishing Deep Conditioner from Hosk. Now this is crazy super affordable. I believe this is $5.99. If you have not tried this deep conditioner, you must. It's gorgeous. Even if you have fine, thin hair, this will not weigh your hair down. It smells like $1,000,000 bucks. God, it smells good. It smells like pure beachy coconut. It hydrates your hair. It leaves it soft, shiny, manageable, bouncy, fabulous. Really anything from Hosk is amazing. You can find the Hosk hair care line at Ulta. All right. hand lotion. Is that my last? Yep, that's my last one. Woo, we made it, you guys. Okay, my suggestion for you is the Skin Fix Ultra Rich Hand Cream. This was actually a suggestion from several of my subscribers, and I'm so glad they suggested it because it's gorgeous. You can find this for $10 at Target, so it's pretty affordable. You don't need a lot. This is the 3-ounce size here. You can see this is a very thick hand cream, and I still have lipstick on the back of my hands here. But this just absorbs really easily into your skin, and it leaves your skin feeling soft and hydrated, and it's just amazing. I deal with eczema on the top of my hands sometimes. This, despite having a little bit of fragrance in it, it's a light, fresh floral fragrance. This does not irritate that eczema. The fragrance isn't crazy pronounced, so it's not going to compete with your perfume or anything. It's fantastic. Another suggestion is, if you deal with age spots on the tops of your hands, try putting a mask like this on the tops of your hands, or use like an AHA body lotion like this, the Alpha Skincare Renewal Body Lotion. You can find that at Ulta as well, to help get some of that surface discoloration off of there. Also, put SPF on the tops of your hands. We are all driving around all year round with sun coming into our windshields. That is frying the tops of your hands. Make sure that you are putting SPF on the tops of your hands. Nothing gives away your age more than your hands and your neck. So whatever you do to your face, make sure that you are doing that to your neck and the tops of your hands as well, because those will show age very quickly. All right. Woo! We made it. If you are new from Risa or Stephanie's channel, I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. If not, thank you for stopping by and watching this video. I really appreciate you taking the time. If you are not subscribed to Risa or Steph, you must go check out their channels. Like I said, both ladies are absolutely gorgeous, and I'm super excited for you to get to know them better. So let me know if you have any questions down below. All links will be in the description box, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.